Another thing which is in human beings is we have desire for virtues. We all love virtues. We want generosity. We want bravery. We love people who are benevolent, people who are kind, people who are helpful, people who are wise, people who are balanced. Yeah? We love these virtues. And if, again, I tell you that you can be 90% wise and you can be 91% wise. You say, no, I want to be 91% wise. If I say you can be even more wise, I want to be more. There's no limit for this. All these things are put in us in the way that they direct us towards absolute perfection, which is God. Yeah? So, we will never be satisfied with any level of knowledge. We will never be satisfied with any level of beauty, any level of kindness, any level of love. Why? Because there is a search for absolute beauty, absolute perfection, absolute knowledge, absolute power, absolute love, which is God. Okay? And this is why we can never be satisfied unless we are connected to God. If someone, for example, has desire for this much of food and you give him this much, he will not be satisfied. He feels hungry. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has put in us desire for absolute perfection because we have desire for God. If you give us this much, we will not be satisfied. Only connection to God would satisfy us. And this is why Allah says, Allah bi dhikrillahi tatma'innul qulub. It's only with remembrance of God that the hearts can come at rest. Another desire in us is the desire for eternity. We want to be there forever. Even the Quran says, some of them want to live for 1,000 years. But even if he lives 1,000 years, and you say, there is a vitamin that if you take, you can live for 1,001 years. He said, give me the vitamin. So we want to be there forever. One of the things that would make us suffer is to think about a day that we would not be here. Yeah? Even when people go to heaven, although heaven is a very good place, but because we have in our mind and in our heart the desire for permanence, so quickly they will be said, go there and you can be there khalidun, permanently. Because even if you go to heaven, but you are not sure whether it's for few days, a few years, or forever, you will be suffering. If you have been given a good position, but you don't know whether it is for short time or for long time, you will be worried. Maybe one day I'm losing this position. If you have been given a child and you don't know whether your child is going to be alive or is going to die, you are always suffering. So we want permanence, we want eternity. Again, who is eternal? Is God. Yeah? So it's again an indication towards God. We also have desire for comfort. We want to do things, but at the same time, we don't want to have painful experience. We don't want to have, something which makes our life not comfortable. Another desire is that we have desire for being together. Human beings, when they are alone, they are not happy. This is very important. To be alone cannot make you happy. Of course, who is the one who can really be saving us from loneliness? Is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But to some extent, the company of people can give us some comfort. Okay? One of the most tragic things that is happening in modern societies, and maybe this is my last point, one of the most tragic things that is happening in modern societies is people are not feeling that they have caring companions. First of all, families are breaking down. They are becoming smaller, and even those small families are breaking down. If in the past there were, 5, 6 brothers and sisters, now maybe one child. 2 is becoming something uncommon in some families. 1 maximum. Then, after some time, the children leave the home. Sometimes the children choose to leave the home. Sometimes the parents said, now you can be independent, go away. So, children leave home. And then you have also husband and wife separation. So you have only individuals living alone. Even if when they live together, there is no necessarily unity. Sometimes they live together, but just for the sake of sharing the expense of the house. There is no unity. So everyone is very careful. He or she shouldn't know about my, money, my accounts, my work, my contacts. Just to a certain limit, they live together. There is no real sense of friendship. There is no real sense of being companion, being together, being united. And this makes life miserable. No matter what car you drive, no matter how much money you have, we human beings will not feel happy unless we have caring people around us, people that we feel they love us. It's a torture if you think the people who are around you, they are only around you for practical reasons. If you think that your wife or your children are with you only because they need your money. Or, for example, your husband is with you only because, for example, he has certain needs. He doesn't care for you. This makes life miserable. Because we have this desire by our fitrah that we want to live together with people who care for us, who love us for our own sake. Why we so much love our mothers and our fathers? Because we know they love us for ourselves. They don't love us, to gain from us. Yeah? Our mothers, and of course our fathers, but maybe fathers don't express it that much. They are always there for us without expecting from us. So, this is very important thing that is unfortunately disappearing. And this is making life miserable. And we Muslims have great responsibility to protect our relations, family relations, friendly relations, brotherhood among us, and also be giving good example to other people. People should see that the rate of divorce in Muslim families is very, very little. Divorce up to maybe 10% is reasonable. People can make mistakes, things can change. But anything more than 10%, I don't think is reasonable. And sometimes it reaches 30%, 40%, in some places, I have heard even more. This is not acceptable. Even 10% is too much, but we say, okay, maximum 10%. If in every 10 marriage we have 1 divorce, we say, okay, maybe there was something they couldn't foresee. But if it's more than that, definitely not acceptable. So we have to protect ourselves and we have to give good example to other people. But if we are not careful, we will be affected, but with maybe a slower pace. But we are going the same road that they are going, just we are a little bit better because we are going slowly. We have a kind of brake which is slowing down our speed. Otherwise, the same thing is going to happen to us. So we have to be careful. So these are some of the desires that are in human beings, which are fitri, which we can only find in human beings.